Hello everyone, this is Azraelis. We are back again, and today we're going to be going ahead and doing some more. I'm going to start up some white bed audio. Whoa, that's loud. Uh, we're going to be playing some more Project Ascension. Today we're going to be taking a look at a couple different builds that I've been doing. We're going to do a quick update on Flame's Lament, and I was going to do an update on Shinigami, but I thought I leveled him to max, but he's 2 levels away. So I'll come out with that here in a second. What was the ward pack? Oh, yeah, okay. One of the things that I've realized is that with some of these builds in here, things will look very effective for a long time in Project. Oh, yeah. I got a green screen. Just FYI. That's why I don't have that thing behind me. It is a little weird up here. You'll see how that came in. It's a little weird because I have my window open. It's been the nicest day in quite a while. So I wanted to have my window open, get some fresh air. So it doesn't usually look like that. I actually got this cleaned up pretty good for doing this. But just in this spot, it's going to be a little weird. So anyway, I wanted to go ahead and do some updates on Flame's Lament. Was the Verdant Mage build. This is the best one that I've made. It works perfectly good in higher level content. It works perfectly good. It competes just fine. It's just a straight up good build. That's all there is to it. You know, I mean, there's people who are coming out with builds in this game that are like, just absolutely insane. But if you're looking for a perfectly legitimate build that performs just fine and is going to scale very well with your gear, this right here. The Verdant Mage works very, very well. And if you don't remember what this is that one that is all nature damage. Every single bit of it is nature damage. It doesn't do any other damage other than nature damage. You go down deep into Shaman Tree, and then we grab just a couple things. Hurricane, Innervate, out of Druid, and we put 3 points into Gale Winds and a point into Force of Nature. That's the full maxed out build. The other, there's not a lot more to talk about, to be honest, in there. We are going and getting Fell Armor, so we're running the Wombo combo of Fell Armor and Molten Armor to give us scaling on our Spirit for both crit and hit. And that's the point I wanted to make on this quick touch on this build. As you can see, it's level 70. I've actually been in some higher level content. I got some decent gear here for the higher levels. I still got a few that I really need to exchange for better stuff. Stuff like, some level 60s, level 61s, 62s, stuff like that. But right now it's performing just fine. Just A-okay. Playing in the higher level content. So what I wanted to talk about with that build, though, is if you were to, say, get into a raiding group, then you would want to kind of go ahead and consider maybe coming back in here and taking these points back out in Druid. Because there's places that you could get even more hit. And that's going to be much more necessary in that kind of a situation. If all you're doing is, instances and stuff like that, then I doubt you're going to really need any more hit than what you have in this build. So we're sitting at 10.66. But if you were, say, going into, you'd want to use your own discretion is what I'm saying. So keep that in mind. It's really nice having that extra damage on the Hurricane. But to be honest, I mean, in a raid setting, that's when you start to see the value of AoEs really drop off. Because you got a whole bunch of people. If you got, a 10-man or whatever, and all the DPSers have a mediocre AoE, you're going to get through the trash. You don't have to be totally maxed out AoE. So keep that in mind. The other update I wanted to do was on one of the other classes. Am I still on White Bad Audio? Yes, I am. This one's a little quieter. I could turn it up. There we go. I wish they could fix this, where no matter what and where you are, you have to spend 20 seconds logging out. That would be cool. I'm sure there's a reason for it, though. Probably because rest doesn't exist in this game. Okay. Was it Warpack? Warpack was doing something totally different. Warpack was built in a hybrid melee caster build, and it just didn't work out. Like, it seemed to be performing fine up until the point that I got into Outlands and I started really getting some gear on him. And it just fell off super, super hard. So I'm going to be exploring more of that hybrid melee caster stuff. But it just fell off so hard that I was pretty much useless in instances. So what I ended up doing was I was like, well, if that's the case, then I'm a full spell. What I was doing was a full spell power build. Like all of your gear is spell power, but you're going into like shaman, into enhancement, and you're taking things like mental dexterity and mental quickness. So you're in full int gear, but you're in an agility build, which actually works a lot better than you thought until you start getting into the scaling. That's when it just falls off. So what I did with him is I just said, okay, well, screw it. I reset my skills, went to an int-based character because I already had all int-based gear for him, and just made him a caster. And once again, works great. He's just a frost mage. He's just a frost mage that's better than a frost mage. But still, I know there's some frost mage players who will still hate me for this, but I still don't like brain freeze. It's not enough of a boon for me to care, and I don't like having to fiddle with that. You see, the thing is with things that on paper increase your DPS, at the same time, you got to think about something like what I think about. And that is, yeah, it's going to increase your DPS a little bit, but now you have to fiddle around waiting and watching for a proc, when you could just keep casting Frostbolt. If it's not that big of a boon of damage, then why do it? When you could just keep casting Frostbolt. And your DPS is going to be great anyway. It is what it is. You know, it's just one of those things. I would prefer have those extra procs of Fingers of Frost affect my Frostbolt, rather than me trying to, losing a couple seconds because I'm like, oh, it procced, I got to hit the other button. No. I'll just keep casting Frostbolt and just cast Frostbolt until the cows come home. And there you go. So, actually a pretty fun build for a Frost Mage. It's just a classic Frost Mage. You got Blizzard, you got Ring of Frost, which is a cool spell that's been added here. A Cone of Cold, which you're not really going to use very often, but I don't like Ice Lance either, so I use Cone of Cold. I still, to this day, even in this game, because I tried putting 3 points into Cone of Cold and Flash Freeze right here, and it just never... Hopefully that was short enough. I don't think it was. That's aggravating. That was Neanners singing Snake Eater, and I don't want that to go. Why is that in my list of... That's irritating. Anyway, sorry about that. Hopefully I stopped it in time, because I'm not going to re-record this. I'm just going to upload it and see if I have to remove it. Yeah, I don't like the brain freeze thing. I don't like Cone of Cold because no matter how many times I've tried to use it, people talk about the damage scaling because you can actually get 45% increased damage on your Cone of Cold. It's never actually been good enough for me. Even with the 45% increased damage that Cone of Cold gets, it still seems more effective on a PvP build and less useful on a PvE. It's kind of one of those situations where why would I want to be hitting them with this when I could be, and using my mana, when I could just hit them with a Blizzard Or if there's not enough of them, just spam frost bolts at them until they die. It just never makes a lot of sense to me in PvE. So, it is what it is. I say that all the time, but there you go. Other than that, it's just the classics. I got Gift of the Wild, I got Arcane Brilliance, Prayer of Spirit, and Blessing of Kings. I tested with Frostbrand weapon, which actually is better for a full Frost build, because Frostbrand actually gives you a little bit, just a little bit more spell power. It's kind of funny, actually. See, we get 48 spell damage in this with Flame Tongue, and over on Frostbrand you get 55. Huh? That doing anything for you? So I went with Frostbrand just because it's on brand. Ha 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 ha. So that's pretty much all I wanted to talk about today, to be honest. We'll go up here and we'll hit a little dude. Thank you to each and every single one of you who donated to the channel. Thank you to all of you who subscribed. You hooked me up with stuff like a green screen. This pop filter came from donations. Lots of different stuff came from donations that I use on a regular basis. And it's just amazing to me. I appreciate it to no end. And the thought that there are, a few of you who've been coming back and watching my content ever since back in the day, or have just found me and all that kind of stuff, makes me feel real good. Knowing that you guys are coming by to watch my content. And I hope that over time I'm able to continue increasing the production value, because that's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. So let's go ahead and drop the old blizzard right on top of this. Oh, that's Ring of Frost. I don't want to do that. What's my deeps? 3.5? That ain't bad. I'm sure there's other builds that can do a lot more, but let's go ahead and, oh yeah, we'll pop the cooldowns. I'll show you what's doing that here in a second. You see how it's dropping an AoE around? I'll show you that in a second. There, it did it again. Kind of cool, huh? I liked it too. I was like, really? Oh man, that's rad. So, perfectly good DPS for what it is at this level of gear. It's kind of the similar thing. This dude's got, some lower level gear, some higher level gear. He's doing fine. But that ability, where were you? It's not Frost Warding. Is it Primal Frostbolt? No. Which one was it? I think, no. No. Yes, Overloaded Froststorm. You gain a stack of Overloaded when dealing direct nature of frost damage. Upon reaching 10 stacks of Overloaded, you gain Overloaded Mind and trigger an Overloaded Froststorm on your target. Overloaded granted when dealing direct damage, blah, blah, blah. Upon reaching 10 stacks, blah, 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 blah. Overloaded Mind increases your spell haste by 10%. And Overloaded Froststorm, ice shards pelt the target area, doing 210 frost damage every 2 seconds. That is so cool. It is so cool. So yeah, keep an eye out for Overloaded Froststorm, because it's pretty darn cool. I like it. We'll see how long it takes for me to proc it. Getting a lot of Fingers of Frost here. There it is. Overloaded Mind, Overloaded. Really cool. And it even increased the speed at which I was casting them. Really kind of cool. Now it's just going to keep rolling, because I'm already procced up on it. There's Overloaded. 7, 8, 9, 10. Boom. There it goes. Cool. Cool stuff. I love all of that the crazy enchants and stuff that are in this game. That adds so much flavor to the game. Like, this is what I would say, pay attention. Blizzard, pay attention. This is really, really, really cool. And it absolutely does make a change in the game. It affects how things work. There are builds that would not work without one. There are builds that would do better without specific ones. That adds a lot of flavor and a lot of really impactful decision making to the game. It's a lot of fun. I enjoy that a lot. It's the real game for me. Does it work on? No. It was direct damage. Yeah, it was direct damage. That's what that was. Yeah, because this doesn't proc that. The other weird thing is that Blizzard doesn't actually proc. No, it looks like it is. It is. That's weird. Is that really supposed to be that way? Huh. It does proc on Blizzard. I guess that's direct damage. I don't know. That feels weird to me. Yeah, it definitely is. You can see those really low numbers in there. Well, that's a trip. I didn't know that. I thought it only procced off of my Frostbolt. That's wild. Wait, does it proc off of... I got a proc overloaded. Yeah. Interesting. Very interesting. You could actually get that working a lot faster by using something like Ice Lance. Oh, now my brain gears are turning. Anywho, thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, all that kind of stuff. Really, really appreciate you guys coming by and watching my videos. And we will see you on the next one. The plan is to deep dive into a couple of my characters. We will wrap this up. I mean, we got 2 minutes until it's at 20 minutes, so I will just show you the plan here. I'm testing something right now on a character called Azurhaste that isn't working yet, but it does have some promise. I'm not telling you to go do it, but I'm testing it out, and that is attack power, or attack haste. So I want to be hitting things as fast as humanly possible with melee. It's not working great right now, but I don't know if it's just because of AoE. Because I just got Whirlwind. I got to play some more with him before I know whether it's good or not. Because, like, he's rocking a really just wildly out there slice and dice from the Rogue. Then I'm considering picking up things like Wind Fury Totem, and stuff like that. Mainly because Wind Fury weapon works really well in this game. But then again, at the same time, like, I've had characters that were up here at level 40 who are doing way more damage than he is. So I don't know. I don't know if it's good. I don't know if it's going to be okay or not. So don't go thinking that I'm showing you the secret sauce here, because I don't know. I just wanted to test out what would happen if I made a melee build that was designed specifically to attack as fast as humanly possible. I've already noticed that there are weapon differences. So, right now I have a weapon on here. Where is it? Yeah, that's 2.90. I was trying to stick around the 1.9s, but You go over here to this 2.9, and it's netting me far more melee damage. It's like, you kind of gotta, like, it feels like it's gonna push me past 1.9, so I can't just have like a setup that's just sitting down there at like 1.4 attack speed or lower, because I'll just be losing too much melee damage. But it's another one of those things that has my gears turning in my head. It might be cool, it might not. If any of you have tried this kind of thing out, let me know. Obviously, this would be beneficial for like a Maelstrom build on a Shaman, but I'm trying to see if it'll work for just flat out physical damage. Non-stop. Physical damage. And he looks pretty cool. How about that? He's got 2 skull clubs with spikes in their eyes. I thought he was pretty cool. Kind of cool, man. Anywho, that's all I got for you today. I'm going to do updates on Shinigamazer. That's the spin build. I did talk about the Verdant Mage in this one. Shinigamazer's a little bit of a weird one because I might need to address his slight lack of single target. It's not huge. Might be just as easy as dropping in like Colossal Smash or something like that from the Warrior Tree. But it also just might be that I don't have the right gear yet on him. So, there you go. Anywho, thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.